I turned myself into ChatGPT. You heard that right. Meet Mark GPT. It's not a polished product. It doesn't replace a one-on-one conversation with me, although it's pretty dang good. But if you emailed me asking for a few minutes to pick my brain, this might be your opportunity to do just that. Link in the comments. Feel free to show me what we're talking about. Has AI gone too far? Hey everyone, Noble Xenon here, and let's dive back into the insanity that is LinkedIn. It's LinkedIn Lunatics. Let's get started. So, we may have just found the biggest brain on LinkedIn. We have a founder, CEO, genius-level intellect, AI, legal scholar, critical thinker, architecture engineer, business acumen, technical analysis, market analysis, physics, and quantum physics. What an incredibly skilled individual right here. And the professional summary: a dynamic and innovative leader with a genius-level intellect and extensive experience in business acumen, technology, and law. Proven track record in pioneering the first AI-driven, and it gets cut off because we just don't understand his level of genius. And now time to talk about the real problems with America. Every Friday and Saturday night, it truly pains me to no end to see the attractive blonde women always choosing their men based on first and foremost height, and secondly, based on their having a very specific appearance and a very dominant alpha male bone structure that men of my ethnic background tend not to be genetically disposed to. Since when did this turn into r/nice guys? And what bothers me even more about this American society's stark refusal to admit that this is even a real problem? People in this country go to great lengths to defend and uphold a blatantly unfair and oppressive mating hierarchy rather than seeking to change it for the better. I'm convinced that these unjust mating preferences represent a massive loss for the human species in terms of many valuable qualities, but that Americans remain deeply engulfed in the toxic mind-ware of an oppressive system designed to keep men who look like me living under subjection and to keep men who look like me from passing on our genes to the next generation. Sir, this is LinkedIn. If your employer sees this, they're gonna have a lot of questions. A lot. And now, how is this even remotely helpful or funny? This prank we ran over 10 years ago with a grimacing face. Oh, they don't even want to be reminded of it. We carried out a fake police raid in our office to see how the team reacts to extreme stress and have some fun, of course, with a face that suggests they are up to some of the most devious activities ever seen. And the reply? It's a lesson to believe in what you're doing. If not doing wrong, then stand upright. How much important for anyone to have presence of mind in any situation. Sir, are you a bot? This next one's just titled LinkedIn, y'all. My 3-year-old had a potty accident 2 days in a row and immediately came to tell me. Instead of appreciating his honesty, I scolded him because he's been potty trained for years. Yesterday it happened again, but this time he tried to hide it, resulting in a big mess in the bathroom. Lesson of the day: when people bring you bad news, say thank you, or you'll end up knee-deep in, well, let's just say, trouble. And Goose Pills replies, how's a 3-year-old been potty trained for years? She start when he was a newborn? Well, obviously the baby applied on LinkedIn. Role: 3-year-old son. Requirements: minimum 5 years of potty training experience. And now on today's episode of Things That Never Happened. A former coworker who's been unemployed since July of last year has submitted a few hundred resumes during this time. 5 days ago, he had an interview with a company here on the Big Island. At the end of the interview, the hiring manager told him that we'll be making a decision within the next week. He thought to himself, I've heard this before. Since he's a big NFL fan, I invited him over to watch both NFL games today. I thought it would be a good stress reliever, since it would allow him to focus on something else for a few hours. Unfortunately, his favorite team, the Detroit Lions, lost to the 49ers. 10 minutes after the Lions and Niners game ended, his phone rang. It was the hiring manager that he had interviewed with 5 days ago. Since he's only heard the word no over the last 6 months, he thought it would be more of the same, only over the phone. About 2 minutes into the call, the hiring manager told him that he was gonna call tomorrow, but the Lions' loss changed everything. Come to find out, the hiring manager is also a big Lions fan. To take his mind off the loss, the hiring manager decided to do some work after the game, which included a call to my former coworker. Fortunately, this was a good call. The call was a job offer and he starts on Thursday. After he hung up with the hiring manager, he jokingly told me, "I've never felt so good after a Lions loss." Turns out that job was working for the Lions. Come on down to Ford Field, you start on Thursday, buddy. And now found a LinkedIn post where somebody was being themselves and not all fake and professional. Welp, if you don't like it here, why not go back home? Home is Queens, New York, buddy. If you hate white people so much, do like that Muslim in Boulder, buy a badass gun and oh my lord. It's harder to do that in Queens though, just remember that some of us will shoot back, and if you remember World War II, you will know that might not work out too well for you. Sir, I hope you enjoy the unemployment line, good lord. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, then why not like, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell? Dear game dev snowflakes, we're not heroes. We don't risk our lives or save others. We make entertainment. That's all it is. Yeah, the way firings are handled sucks, and they could definitely be nicer. But you're not special. You don't deserve better. Welcome to reality. Everyone gets their share of shit. If you lost your job like the last poster, that's tough luck and I'm sorry, but it's not the end of the world. It's just a friggin' job. You'll find another one. Move on. And to the despicable attention seekers who still have jobs yet cry survivor's guilt, there are people in this world who endured real hell, wars. And here you are, you pathetic entitled pieces of shit, claiming survival's guilt because you can't sip lattes with your friends no more in your luxury hotel offices. Get the F out of here! Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to tone it down. You're disturbing your fellow co-workers. Well, turns out he issued an apology, supposedly. Dear community, I'm writing to apologize for the way I recently communicated my thoughts to you all. In expressing my views, I let frustration cloud my judgment and used language that was inappropriate and overly harsh. I regret it, and I'm truly sorry for any pain my posts have caused. But are you really? Let's find out. I believe in the importance of resilience and perspective, especially in challenging times. However, I understand now that my attempt to convey this message came across as dismissive and insensitive. It was never my intention to belittle or invalidate anyone's experiences. While I still stand by the essence of my message, the need for a balanced perspective, I realize that the way I expressed it was flawed. Moving forward, I'm committed to sharing my views in a more respectful and constructive manner. To those who provided constructive feedback on my posts, thank you. It's been a humbling experience, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to learn and grow from this. Well, it seems like you still stand by what you said. You sure you're sorry, or did you just get in trouble? I'm gonna guess the latter. And now we have a LinkedIn intellectual. Another one? I'm a relentless intellectual warrior, conquering new realms of knowledge with insatiable curiosity and unwavering dedication. Setbacks serve only to fuel my hunger for progress, propelling me forward with renewed vigor and resilience. Like the slow burn of my Cuban, my pursuit of knowledge is deliberate and methodical, savored with patience and perseverance. That is why I am who I am, the genius of LinkedIn, the intellectual warrior who recognizes that the pen is indeed mightier than the sword, but mightier above them all, Cuban cigars. And now the child did not say that. POV, you're a single working mom getting your son ready for school at 6:30 a.m. Son, Mom, can you write on my shoes? Mom, what? Hurry up, we're gonna be late. Her son holds up a Sharpie and his basketball sneakers. What am I writing? I want you to write, "You can do all things" on the bottom of my shoe. Mom, no matter how good you are and no matter how talented you are, every once in a while you need to remind yourself, when you're in a tough spot, you have to remember who you are. You can't feel confident every minute of every day. This was an actual convo with me and my son Dylan. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. How brilliant was this? I wrote out the phrase for him on his shoe, and I just couldn't get over what happened. My son had taught me the importance of reminders. That's why you always see me saying today's reminder. Here's my top tips on using reminders. Place them everywhere. On your iPhone, your computer, your mirrors, even hide them throughout your house. Write empowering messages to yourself. I love me, I deserve better, and I can do this. Use them to pick yourself up when you're down. They're a confident safety net to turn to for support. To this day, if you ever see me at an event, you can bet that I'll have a supportive message on the bottom of my heels. And then her son's sneakers clapped. But seriously, you can talk about the importance of using reminders without having to make up a whole story. If you want to make up a story, just write a novel. And now LinkedIn has gone insane. It's time to go on high alert. Every single American, high alert! The intel that's flooding into our team on a daily basis is, in a word, terrifying. I have absolutely no doubt that in the next few months, before November, we will see a wave of attacks on our country in various capacities. Intel flooding into your team? Do you work in the Pentagon? Repost for awareness. Here's some very practical basic tips that every American should work on implementing immediately. So how do you prepare yourself and your family? Never leave home unarmed. Understand that the number of illegal immigrants that have crossed over the border already this fiscal year, if you include the estimate of gotaways, vastly outnumbers the total number of police officers in America, and many of them are young, single-fit, clean-cut, military-age men. Be prepared to live without modern comforts in your home for several months. This includes electricity, modern plumbing, and running water. Better safe than sorry. Make sure you have several months worth of necessary medications and medical supplies. Do you think immigrants are gonna cause an apocalypse in America? Like, what is this? If there's a massive bank run or banks are mysteriously shut down for a couple days, you need to make sure to have a cash supply, and understand that the cash supply could soon be worth nothing thanks to hyperinflation, so you'll want to use it to get the most crucial essentials as soon as possible. Have a plan with other people in your neighborhood for how to protect your families as a tribe. Include experts in medical, protect, hunting, growing, etc. Not protection, just protect. Have a plan for comms in the event the cell phones don't work. Have a plan so that if SHTF shit hits the fan, while you or your family are away from home, you know who is to go where and when. With all of that, I'm going to leave you with the most important advice I possible can. Ready? The most common phrase in the Bible is various forms of "do not be afraid." Easier said than done, right? But while you work on making sure your home is prepared, make sure that spiritually your family is as well. Buckle up. This year could very well be the scariest one of our lives, and I'm praying for the safety of all of you, your families, our first responders, and our country. Hashtag thin blue line, hashtag law enforcement. This has to be one of the most unhinged posts I've seen, not just on LinkedIn, but overall on the internet. What is wrong with you? And now, no need to have experience anymore, just be responsible. Interview tip. Ask if they still have this. If yes, they're super responsible. Proceed to hire. Graph Knives says, I've got like 10 of these in random drawers in my home. Well, you should have 10 jobs then. Congratulations, proceed over to r/overemployed and enjoy your 7-figure salary. With what time? I don't know, figure it out. And now it would be horrible if everyone went to vote no. Ruben is looking for you to vote. Vote for Biden, Trump, RFK? No, I just want you to vote if you enjoy my content or not. 22% said yes, 78% said no. I just hope I can get a better ratio than this guy. And now the AI bros strike again. Your insight into the transformative power of editing and visual storytelling is profound, akin to the historical evolution of cinematic techniques, shaping narrative immersion. As AI continues to advance, its collaboration with traditional filmmaking practices echoes the synergy seen in past technological technological revolutions. Yet, amid this fusion, how do you perceive the role of human creativity and intuition in maintaining the authenticity and emotional resonance of visual narratives, ensuring they transcend mere technical prowess to captivate audiences on a deeper level? Sir, your comment sounds like it was written by AI. And the reply, which also sounds like it was written by AI, it'll be even more important because right now, with a few exceptions, all we're using AI for is to do the same we did before, faster, cheaper, or in a different style. We didn't even grasp its real power and how to use it to create new forms of media and entertainment, and that will come directly from creative, innovative human minds and not a computer. It is always good to remember that AI is a technology, a tool we can use creatively or to copy others. That's on us, not on AI. What are your thoughts on that, Josh? Hold on, ChatGPT is still formulating the response. Give me a moment. Oh lord, it's Ruben again. Thank you, Reddit Incorporated, you guys are troopers for sure! 66,000 impressions, but it's been 4 hours since you posted this and you're the only one who's reacted! Guess you're not so LinkedIn famous after all. Not breaking news! Just like you know, I'm an intellectual! Cross-posted from r/I'm the main character. Those who know me can tell I'm somewhat #different, and now I have a possible explanation why. Smiley face. I took an IQ test as part of the Intelligent Company of the Year 2024 competition, and seem to have performed better than 99% of the world population. Let me take a moment and be proud. Proud of my 136 ascended IQ level, up in the top 1%. If 1,000 people were in the room, I would be smarter than 990 of them. And now just stop it, you ungrateful applicants and employees. Stop lying in job interviews. Stop applying for jobs you don't really want. Stop pulling out of jobs you accept. Stop lying on your CV. Stop exaggerating your strengths and skills. Stop making out your weaknesses are strengths. Stop saying what you think interviewers want to hear. Stop using a job interview just to get a pay rise at your existing job. Stop getting a job and leaving after 3 or 6 months. Stop answering the phone to headhunters every 6 months falling for the new exciting opportunity BS. Stop expecting to work from home 3 days and get paid for 5. Stop requesting hybrid working until you've proven you can work well in the office. Stop chasing the better package and higher commissions. Start being loyal, honest, build a pipeline, desire to be valuable, and the right role, career, and company will find you. Start actually caring about doing a good job. Like it or not, the company pays you, and you have chosen to work in a job. So act like you're actually grateful. If you don't want to work in a job, stop expecting a company to bend to your every desire and start your own business. Meanwhile, ITR Cool has the perfect response for this individual who thinks that people have to pretend to be grateful for a job where the company doesn't even care about them. Stop lying on your job postings so you can fulfill minimal government requirements and boost your stock price. Stop putting candidates you're not serious about through multiple interviews just to be told no. Stop using cheap, bloated junk hiring platforms that require candidates to fill in what they just gave you on the resume they just uploaded. Stop advertising benefits we're proud of and then frowning on employees who try to make use of them. Stop freezing raises and promotions but giving yourself golden parachutes and multi-million-dollar salaries. Stop pretending you have to have an office to work in just so you can pay off the building you foolishly spent millions on after tax credits given to you by the local government. Stop pretending like work from home is a bad thing. Stop exaggerating that your company and the jobs you offer is all there is and that employees should be grateful they even have a job. Start being truly honest with your employees and be transparent about the state of the business. Start taking major salary cuts. I'm talking millions here when you decide raise and promotion freezes have to take place. Start being realistic and truthful to your employees and to your candidates, and treating everyone like humans. Treating them fairly, following up on every step, and paying a good wage, and the right candidates will come to you. Start actually caring about being a leader and running your business the right way, and you'll find growth and loyalty you supposedly want. If you don't want to be a true leader and want to run a business like a sleazy, incompetent fool who can't understand why their revenue is dropping and long-term growth projections are trending flat, while their turnover rate is skyrocketing, then sell your business and pack up and go find a job working for someone that does, because you don't deserve to run a business. You don't know how. That is just the perfect comeback right here. Freaking nailed it. Well, guess who it is? It's Ruben again. He says the average Redditor is butt ugly. He has data and statistics to prove it. I guess he only looked at neckbeards. Major statistics and studies are showing up for active Reddit Inc. users. I love how it's always Reddit Incorporated, not just Reddit. Cosmetic brands are staying clear away from the anonymous platform for fear of wasting ad dollars with the uglies who never turn out to be buyers. The average Reddit user is butt-ass ugly. Are you aware of this incoming data, yes or no? I wonder what this dude's source is. This next one claims time is not the issue. Sleep for 8 hours, work for 8 hours. That's only 12 hours out of 24. You still have another 16 hours to execute more on your startup's marketing, product distribution, and sales strategy. Time is not the issue. Your math is. And now hiring is so hard, nobody wants to waste 25 hours on my assignment. This is very disappointing. I'll be taking this post down in 24 hours. Too bad it's up on Reddit forever now, so I did a hiring post that got a good response, and we've got about 80 submissions on it for the full stack SDE full-time role. On checking the submissions, almost none of the submissions had done the take-home challenge project that was asked for. And people have just filled up the raw details sharing some other random project URLs. This is a very big problem with hiring via LinkedIn nowadays. A lot of spam entries from someone who's filling up 100 other jobs too in bulk. There's a reason many are not able to get jobs and startups are not able to select good talents, and the reason is the same. If you're filling up your interest, first of all, writing interested won't help at all. Second, please show some effort that you're inclined towards a job and not apply in bulk anywhere. At Second Brain Labs, we're currently hiring a full stack SDE. Full detail shared here. We'll be closing this form a week from now. The take-home challenge is to build a web app that would take almost 25 hours in total to complete it with your experience. Excuse me, 25 hours? No wonder no one's taking the time to complete this so-called take-home challenge. It's a waste of time and people probably think you're just gonna steal it. No wonder people are just sending their other projects. And finally, this last one claims your home is an extension of the office. Got into a discussion with co-workers about this and the opinions were all over the place. I'm of the mind that my boss can pull up 95% of the time if I'm working. If you are on the clock, that workstation at home is an extension of the office. At the office, the boss can visit your workstation at any time, right? FYI, I said pop in. If working remote, work from home, does your boss have the right to do the pop in, or must he or she call ahead or not at all? How about just don't come to my house unannounced, like what the hell? So, I'd like to thank all of my channel members, especially Amethyst Phoenix, Jade Demby, Catalan Cormendi, Mike Hawk, Hold Up, Nightcrawler, Stormcloud the Wolf, VicMeister1999, Zoe Horsham, and Goodnight Cheems. If you'd like to join, just click the join button below. Feel free to like, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell if you enjoyed it, and feel free to comment if you've got something on your mind.